Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So recently I beat 9 Circles by Zobros, which is a pretty big achievement for me. And I have a lot to say about this level. So much in fact that I thought making a video about it would be a good idea. So here we are. I haven't ever really done a thoughts on video before, and this is heavily inspired by Rivercyber's old series. So if you enjoy it, please let me know because I'm definitely interested in doing more of these. Anyway, on to the video now. Enjoy. So what I will do is go through each of the sections and comment about the gameplay and the design of the level. The first cube in the level is easy and boring, which is probably my main criticism for this part. It is painful to have to go back and do this cube part all over again every time I die, and because of this, beating the level became a very tedious process. There are maybe 1 or 2 fakes in this cube section, but the difficulty range for this part is anywhere between a 4-star and a 7-star. Now for the design. By 1.9 standards, well, this is pretty standard. It used the 3D effect introduced in 1.9 and the cross-looking blocks. I'm not super sure what to call them. That's all I have to say for this part. Now for the ship and ball part right here. I would say that 90% of my deaths happened here. The ship part definitely requires quite a bit of skill, as it is very tight and the slopes make it very deceiving and tough. The ball part is definitely much easier than the ship section. There are a couple orb timings that you got to learn, but it is still pretty much more straightforward and consistent than the ship section. I would also like to add on that going for the first coin is much easier than the normal path. The design of these parts is pretty similar to the first cube, but instead uses the slope variant of the cross-looking blocks. Another thing I did not mention earlier was these gears. They were scarcely scattered around in the cube section, but they're used much more frequently here. There's also a custom background in the ship part, I guess you could say, with those decoration blocks that you saw in blast processing. So this is what 9 Circles is most known for. The epileptic wave section that is super tight and requires precise timing. I will say that the first quarter of the wave is infinitely harder than the rest of the wave, especially the timing right before it goes slow. But after that, the upside down part, although it is tight, the wave motions aren't hard at all. It gets even easier with the mini wave as there is much more space and the wave motions are very easy. The epileptic effect that 9 Circles uses does not actually affect the player's vision as much as one might think. Marking out and determining where the hitboxes for the slopes are is actually not hard at all, and very straightforward. Now the very last cube. Although it isn't the hardest part of the level, it definitely will give you the sweatiest palms. There are 3 or 4 instances that require precise timing, or else you will die. I know people who have died multiple times to this part, but luckily I fluked it. This part follows the exact same design as the first cube part, and going for the last coin is very easy. Now for some final thoughts. I would rate this level as 7 out of 10, because the wave gameplay is very inconsistent. The first cube is painfully easy and boring, and there's no spice in the design, it's just the same thing over and over again. However, players should definitely still play this level as it is vital in improving in the wave game mode. That's all I have for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, consider subscribing because you'll definitely like my content. Thank you for watching, and once again, I hope you enjoyed.